Welcome back to the One Predator podcast.
All right, guys, we got another episode for you. It's been a couple weeks since we recorded. We got a lot to talk about. Well, we also want to
2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm bad with time.
and we also want to get to hunting tonight too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna share some stories, talk about some new equipment we're gonna be keeping in the truck.
Yeah. A change of clothes.
Yeah, we're gonna keep extra underwear and pants in the truck from now on. We had. You want to just get right into that story?
Well, we had a visitor. So, like I was telling you before we got on, me and Josh were talking about. My father was like, you keep screwing around at night, you're bound to run into something that you're not gonna like.
Yeah.
And so it happened.
It did. It definitely did.
We got a new spot. Well,
Yeah.
new old spot. We had it.
Then we didn't go there for like 3-4 years.
Right.
But now it's mowed. A little more open, I think.
And yeah, it's super nice there.
Yeah.
So I've been in contact with the people, and he sends me a trail cam pic of a yogi.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big old black bear.
Big old. I mean, big. Like, I've seen juvenile bears. I've seen bears. I got bears here. Not a problem. Bears ripped my garbage apart one night when I was outside smoking in my underwear. I'll never forget that. Reached down, picked the cans up, and they had claw marks on them, and I almost shit myself there. But this was totally different. So we go to the new spot, and I said to Josh, I was like, listen, there's bears here.
Yeah. So.
And it's tight.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, it's a beautiful spot. It
really
really is.
There's a lot of cover there.
And there's like little islands of trees.
Yeah.
With little breaks in it. And I would say, well, that one's probably got like a 2-acre spot in it.
Yeah.
It's nice. I mean, it'll work.
Yep.
Yeah. So the whole night we're on edge.
Yeah. While we were there for like an hour.
Yeah.
Calling. Because we had one across the street answering us, and we were trying to pull him in.
Yep, and it never showed.
So the whole time we're there, we're scanning frantically to make sure this bear doesn't come out of the woods.
Right. I mean, y'all, they got pictures
of
this thing. I got to show you this picture. They sent me another one.
Oh, jeez.
Outside the living room window.
That close to the house.
That close.
Jeez.
So we're like, I'm scanning behind me. I was freaked right out. Now, we both have spent a ton of time out in the dark, and like you said, you're not afraid of things that go bump in the night.
Right.
I was sketched right out. Sketched.
I wasn't like.
You were more aware than normal.
Yeah, I was
of around you.
Yes, definitely looking behind me.
We had a deer. There was a
deer.
deer in the woods to our right, and I see it coming through the wood. I'm like,
yeah,
it's just a deer. It's okay. I was super sketched. So we go there. We don't see nothing. We had one howl across the street. It wasn't gonna. We tried it. We stayed. It just didn't come. So we're like, the hell with it. We're gonna go to another spot. We have it's like
I'd say probably like 5 miles.
You think it's 5?
Man, I'd say about 5 miles.
Even by the crow. I mean, if that
it's
thing went on an angle,
few miles.
It's
at least. Yeah.
Right. So and then this is a spot we hunt all the time.
Yeah.
We shoot dogs, shoot bobcats there.
Yep.
Set up it was bright.
Oh,
so we got up under we got up under some trees like we always do. Roy is still getting his coat done. So we do not have Roy back, and I cannot wait to get Roy back. But the moon has since we got some clouds tonight, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little cloudy tonight, but it's also like crescent.
Yeah,
so
it's going away.
Like a quarter moon now.
But we had like dry, clear nights, warm nights.
Yeah,
ton of moon, and some people call them in the dark, in the bright like that. We just don't have. We called them, but they stick close to cover.
Well, I did shoot one that night of the full moon.
Yeah, but it was still
I mean, we were hiding in the shadows
Yeah.
after we ran up 300 yards from one spot to the next.
Yes. So
That's another story.
that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so we go to our normal spot down there at South and set up, do our thing. And I pick the left side as usual. So I'm scanning the back towards there's another field and some fingers that wrap around to the right because we've had them come from behind us there.
Yeah.
And show up. And I'm scanning and I hear you.
Yeah. It's a fucking bear.
It's a bear. And he goes, it's a big bear.
Well, I was scanning, and I go to my left because I'm looking like straight across the field towards the call.
You're looking straight east.
Yeah,
West.
Southwest.
Southwest.
Well, I'm kind of facing west.
Yeah.
But I'm like my field of view, I would scan from the south to the west. And as I come back looking west, I see this real hot spot down in the field. I'm like, really? A deer right now?
Big.
Like we're howling.
Big hot spot.
And this thing takes a step. I'm like, oh, that ain't no deer.
Yeah, I've been looking through thermals quite a bit. And
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you something, son.
That is not a deer.
That is not a deer.
I radio you, and you get on it, and it's just like,
Well, that's when I shit my pants.
yeah. So that's our, extra clothes in the truck now.
Yeah. So, and it again, we've seen bears. It's not a huge deal, but y'all just don't understand the size of this fucking bear.
I got on the scope and we started recording.
Yeah, we're like, whoa.
So
you were like, I'm recording. I'm like, me too.
So I'll put
So
the
if we
video.
die, somebody knows what
yeah,
happens.
Somebody can ID the bear that got us. I will put the video up on YouTube. It's 5-minute video. It's just him walking up the field at us. But I'll put it up there so you guys can see what we're talking about.
This bear went from, he was what, like 200 yards out?
When I first
We were
made
howling.
contact. Yeah.
We were
Well,
howling.
Paul was running when he came out.
Right.
I quick turned it off because I didn't want to aggravate him.
Right. So we were howling. This bear comes out, and Josh is like, it's a bear. Holy shit, sorry for my language. It's a big fucking bear. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I like scan up. Now I'm scared. I'm already sketched. So I scan over to his side, and I look, and this heat blob, let me tell you what, and that pulsar, it was like, it was so fucking, it was like a cow was down there.
Yeah, it was huge.
Huge.
Absolutely.
And I'm like,
huge.
well, so then I drop the scanner, go to my scope, and I didn't even have to turn my light on because you had yours on it.
Yup.
So as soon as I got behind my scope, I was picking up, again, Sniper Hog lights, best lights ever.
Mm-hmm.
I was picking up what you were shining, and this thing started out, it was like 200 yards.
Yeah.
He started, and the video, the audio in the video is fucking priceless. So I'm like, he's moving towards us.
Yes.
And I was like, he doesn't know. He's not paying attention to us. Everything's cool. I'm like trying to calm him down, but I'm calming me down at the same time.
So he was on the opposite side of the field
Left.
from where we were
Yeah.
standing. We were on the right side. He's all the way on the left side, hugging the tree line coming up this field.
And we had wind from left to right because we had the call on the left.
Yeah. So the call
Right.
was south of us.
Yeah.
We had like a cross. If you're looking south, it was a crosswind.
Cross.
So, excuse me, sorry. So he's on the far side of the field. So like, yeah, he's there. Yes, we have, we're aimed at him.
Yeah. Oh,
If he-
no.
if
No.
he
Don't
gets-
get it twisted.
If he gets aggravated and he comes across that field, we're going to protect ourselves.
Right.
Absolutely.
100%.
We didn't have to.
Well, I mean, okay, so they're black bears. They're not supposed to be aggressive, but who knows?
Right.
Who knows? So we didn't have to do it. We did not shoot the bear.
No.
But both of our crosshairs were, and I get on the comms and I'm like, listen to me. As this thing's walking up, I was like, if he comes, I was like, just aim right at his fucking head.
Yup.
Because I got a 223, you got a 243. I don't really know. I've never shot a bear.
Me neither.
I know nothing about bears.
Nope.
So I'm like, just keep recording and crosshair on his dome, and let's just hope he moves off. So he starts getting closer.
Yeah. And I go, how close is too close?
Right.
And you come back, well, he's 125 now.
Right. I'm like, he's at 125 yards, moving at us.
Yeah. And, like there was a couple like yes
He was beelining at us.
Like
at one
he was
point.
walking north.
Right.
But like there was a couple times where he's like walking
straight at us. Like no bullshit. Like straight. It's so crazy. So we're on him. Now, mind you, we both have carry permits, so we both carry pistols with us. So I'm like, listen, if this goes down, we got to shoot this thing in the head. And I said, pull your pistol out, just have it ready, you know. So we're right-handed.
Yes.
So we're on our rifles with our right, and in our left hands are our 45s. And I'm like, ready. So this bear starts at 200. He ends up 75 yards from us. Like, so close. Like, in my video, he sits down, right, before he got that close.
Yeah, he probably came up like 50 yards, and he sits down, and you can see his back paw come up, and he starts scratching
himself. And he looks like he's so fucking big in the skull. Like, our picture was full of bear.
Yeah.
It was like you couldn't even look at the picture. You had to look at the main crosshair. So he scratched himself. And mind you, if anybody out there is listening and ends up harvesting that bear or seeing that bear, he has a white patch.
Right on his chest.
Right on his chest. He is all black with a white patch. I would say it's like 5 by 5.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a decent size white patch.
Right. He has a white patch right under his 2 front legs, right on his chest.
Let us know. We want to come see this thing.
I want to see it. I want to. This thing, I mean, so big. So he sits down, and old Yogi starts scratching himself.
Yeah.
And I'm shitting my pants.
Not a care in the world.
I was so sketched out. And I've been in a lot of sketchy places hunting. But, like, you know, you don't ever worry about, you know, we've all had coyotes run up on us, get super close.
A couple times this year.
Already. Not a big deal. They do not bother me.
No.
Like, I'll go hand to hand with a fucking coyote. I don't give a shit. That son of a bitch.
One swipe, you're done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this thing, he gets 75 yards from us. Josh is like, how close is too close? And I'm like, I really don't want to shoot this thing, because if we shoot this thing,
yeah.
Number one, what the fuck are we going to do with it?
Yep.
Number two, we're going to have to explain ourselves, because that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're not a bunch of fucking cowboys
out
there shooting at everything that moves. We had positive identification, plenty of fucking time to do that.
Yeah.
And so he moves up, he ends up hooking a right and moving away.
Yeah, he went down into the trees through the valley and up on the field on the other side.
Oh my God.
It was a tense 5 minute. Well, that 5 minutes, but then like the next 25 minutes that we were still there calling.
I was sweating, bro. Like, I had perspiration. Like, and you can call me a bitch all you want, man, but this thing was no juvenile. He was definitely, he had to be 4 or 5 years old. I mean, I don't know shit about bears, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it was a fucking Volkswagen with claws on it.
Yeah,
it was big.
He was so big.
And
like, I'll put the video on YouTube. You guys,
go to YouTube and watch this fucking bear. It's so big.
At One Predator Hunt on YouTube, you'll find us.
Oh my God. So after he leaves. Well, he doesn't leave. He crosses a valley to another field. Oh, excuse me. Still watching him. And you were like, are we going to howl now? And I'm like, dude, I want to get in a fucking truck, man. Like, let's just go somewhere else. Like, I can't.
We could have packed it up right then.
But, like, so here's the funny thing with it.
Did we get howls after that?
Yes.
Is that why we stayed?
We got howls while he was moving up.
Oh, okay.
They were in the swamp down below us.
I was too focused on him.
I was like, so by the way, we did have howls back, but we're fucking out of here. And no, remember we had something cross the field down on the point. We had coyotes.
Yeah, after
they were like 400 yards out.
Yeah, after he left, we had one down the far end of the field.
Was there and gone.
Like, I got on the thermal, saw it. By the time I got to the scope, he was gone.
Gone. See you later.
So we were trying to bring him in, but unsuccessful.
Well, it was so damn bright out that I was hugging that friggin' bush we always stand by, and there was like a thorn bush growing out of it. Y'all are gonna fucking laugh your ass off. So I turn around to see. I don't know what the hell I was looking at. Anyway, I turn around. This thorn bush grabs my coat. I'm sorry.
No, I remember you jumping now.
Dude, I almost hit the fucking moon. I jumped. So I literally jumped up, drew my sidearm, clicked my flashlight on.
I turned around like, what the fuck are you doing?
And I'm pointing it back at the damn bush because something fucking touched me. And I was like, nope.
We were a little on edge.
Oh.
It was cool though. I mean, that's the first time we've seen one in the dark. Well, at least I have.
Yeah, I've
out
seen them in
hunting.
the dark, but not. I've heard them.
Yeah.
Because they'll grunt and moan and shit.
Sure.
You know. At one point when he was at 75 yards, the son of a bitch was walking right, and he stops and he yawns.
Yeah.
Y'all, like he yawns, full mouth open, and in the video, in my video on the scope, I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit, look at them teeth. And all his teeth came out, and I would tell you, I was done after. I was like, we're out of here. Here's the thing: is if we kept calling, thank God we weren't doing no prey distress. But I think he was coming. He would have tried to fuck with them dogs if maybe he thought they were on something. I don't know. I don't know bears. Are they opportunists like that?
Well, they're omnivores, so they'll eat meat.
Mostly.
Yeah. So I think they usually stick to like berries and shit like
Black
that.
bears,
But,
sure.
boy, I mean, if they have a chance at meat, I'm sure they take it. I don't know.
Well, I didn't want to eat chicken out of the fucking garbage can, so I know it'll happen.
Well, it was yesterday, day before. So Tuesday, I saw my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
I showed him the video.
Oh God.
And cool, big bear,
No, not
whatnot.
Cool.
And I was thinking back, like seeing him made me remember when we went up into the Adirondacks bear hunting. Like that's why we went up north to bear hunt. And I'm thinking, I go, Pop, what would we have done if we shot one of these things? Because we were at his cousin's camp on a lake, and in the morning we'd take canoes across the lake to the other side into the state land and hunt up in the state land. I go, how would we get this thing across the lake back to the camp if we had actually shot something this big?
You're going to put it in a fucking canoe.
How? What, are we going to swim next to it? Because we couldn't get in it with the thing.
That bear would need 3 canoes tied together with buoys on them.
My great uncle, my grandfather's brother, shot one, but it was a juvenile. It was small.
So like 150, 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm not a bear guy. I'm telling you right now, people, that fucking bear had to be 400 pounds.
It was enormous.
There's no ifs, ands about it. That I've been around cows and shit my whole life and know what big animals look like. I'm telling you, it was a goddamn Volkswagen with black fur and a white fucking patch on his belly. With the whitest goddamn teeth you've ever seen in your life. And we ain't in a tree.
No, we're just standing on the ground.
You think about these videos where these fucking bears climb people's tree stands and shit?
Yeah.
I just shot that son of a bitch right in the fucking face. Right in the face.
Well, I saw one the other day. It was a cub. Climbs up the ladder. His guy's in his tree stand. He's bow hunting. He's got his arrow with his broadhead, and he's like tapping the thing on the head, and he's like poking at it. And the little cub, he's pawing at the arrow, trying to bite it.
Yeah, but that's a cub.
No, I know. But, I mean...
If a Volkswagen climbs a tree, I'm going to kill it. And everybody's like, man, you guys didn't shoot that? Now, listen, we would never, ever do anything we're not supposed to. We are there. I don't care. I've seen a lot of big deer out hunting. I've seen a lot of big everythings at this point. Right. Like, we are not, just pulling, No. Anyway, like, I've seen state record fucking. We've seen big deer.
Like, if we needed to protect ourselves,
that's different.
That's one thing, but we were...
I didn't want to shoot it.
No. Nope.
I really didn't want to shoot it.
Not if we didn't have to.
Because if we had shot that thing, we're going to have to call somebody.
Yeah, I mean, you got to report it.
Right. And so we would have had to have a video of this thing. That's why we recorded it.
Charging at us.
So if it ate Josh, I had my video. If it ate me, he had my video. or his video. You know what I'm saying? So we let he did his thing and took off. Mr. Bear, I hope I never see you again, man.
Oof. Yeah, no, I'm good. One time's good.
Man, it reminds me of that spot we used to hunt, and it was, remember the trails that were coming up out of the valley and like crossing to a dead cow pile? It was the farm we used to hunt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where we went down behind the freestall barns, and these coyotes had...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Looking down
in the valley.
Deep valley.
These coyotes had trails, y'all.
It was like super highways back
right,
there.
they weren't deer runs.
No, they were like hard-packed.
Coyote trails.
Just
so when you had to walk in there, it was
everywhere.
brush on both sides. So you walked in on this road, and you had these coyote passes crossing the whole time. You couldn't see shit unless they were in front of you or behind you to get where we had to go.
Well, yeah. I was going to say, because you did take a shot at the one on the other side of the valley.
Yes. Yeah, we went down there with light caliber guns because we were worried about scaring the cows.
Yep.
But we don't hunt there no more, which is fine.
Yeah. No, we're good.
But this bear, man. Oh, man. I hope I don't get sketched. So when we were younger, I didn't have night vision, thermal, none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We used to walk from the farm to our stands deer hunting at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
In complete darkness. You just felt your way through because we grew up back there, so we knew every inch of it.
Yeah.
But I'm just, we didn't even have a lot of bears back then, which makes me think, if it was like it is now back then, oh my God. We would leave, Dad would be like, okay, because he went a whole different direction. When we were on our own, we were on our fucking own.
Right.
So me and Junior would go together till we got to a certain point, and then he went right and I went left.
Yo.
Dad only hung with us for a little ways, and then he banged off to the right because he was further out towards the fields. I was the furthest one down into the woods on the left, which I've seen bears down there since. I don't know how the hell I did it. I mean, because we had regular guns with no lights or nothing. We didn't even carry a flashlight.
Right.
So you bumped into something.
Something went bump in the night.
We had no handguns.
No.
We had no shit.
No.
We had, I had a 3006,
Mm-hmm.
which is enough, but when you can't see what you're looking at,
Yeah. You hear noise and...
there was no moon. You walked in there in the damn dark. You knew when you left the farm to go this trail, that trail, this trail, that way, and you would get there.
Yeah.
And you were like blind, touching with your hands, trying to figure out where you're supposed to be. But now, oh my God. And then the other night, oh my God. I'm traumatized from it.
That makes me think about across the street here, the state land, all those city folk that come up and go hunting over there.
Imagine they bumped into that son of a bitch.
The noise that would come out from over there.
There'd be shit stains all the way out to the parking lot. No, I'm going to tell you what will happen. If somebody runs into that bear in the situation that we did, they're going to shoot it.
Yeah.
They're going to shoot it. And they probably shouldn't, but I will guarantee you that out of all of it, we kept our cool like fucking.
Yeah.
There was no question when we both were communicating, we both had a plan. And, but if somebody else runs into that thing at night, or if it gets into the city from there, if it does get into the city from there, which it was headed that way, they're going to end up shooting it.
Yeah.
Either a cop or somebody, a homeowner, somebody's going to dust this thing. And if you do, and you're listening, he's got a white patch on his belly, and I want to see him.
Yeah.
I was just super glad that we didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
I was super glad that he just did his thing and moved on. He'd been around a long time, and it's all about respecting the animal. You know what I mean? He was just out.
He was just doing his thing.
Right. Even though he made me, need new underwear. I was so scared. And I don't want to say I was sketched.
Yeah.
I had plenty of weapons on me.
Yeah.
If I was going down.
We're going down with a fight.
Yeah, we're going down with a fight. Now, mind you, again, we know that black bears are not aggressive most of the time.
Yeah.
They're not like a brown bear or a grizzly or any of that shit. Well, the grizzlies will straight up eat your ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he was just doing his thing, but I've never been that close.
No, that's close
without some kind of fucking enclosure or cage in between us.
Yeah, the zoo doesn't count.
No. And like, thank God, I'm just glad he turned. I really didn't want to, because like I said, we would have had to report it. We would have had to call people and be like, hey, this is what happened. Because one, we couldn't get the fucking thing out of there.
No.
The coyote drags ain't gonna cut it. No. I don't care what kind of coyote drag you got.
No.
You're gonna need a tractor. He's big.
Yeah.
So
that's the bear story.
Oh, I've been holding that in since then.
Right. I wanted to post that video so bad in the past week.
Even different guys that I know that hunt, I wanted to tell them about it. Nope, I didn't. I was like, I was gonna post something like on the One Predator page, like when this episode comes out, you're gonna want to listen.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So it's gonna be a surprise to everybody who sticks around. But we didn't have a picnic basket.
No.
But that, Jesus, fucking big. Oh my God, it was a big bear. I can't say it enough how big he was. It was huge. He looked like a cow. It looked like a friggin' heifer. Year and a half, year old cow.
Yeah.
Moseying up, and then had big ass fucking chompers.
Mm-hmm.
With a white patch on his back. I will see that bear forever. Ever in my mind. Anyway. I'm just totally, I was worked up then, and then I started thinking about how shit went down that night, and then I get worked up again, and then we're going to go hunting, and you're going to have to talk me down.
So, all right.
I think I worry more about, we're back to the bear, but the juveniles.
Yeah. I think because they'd be more curious.
Yeah, the teenagers are dumb shits.
Yeah.
That what I've noticed with bears. The younger ones that, not babies, not like cubs, your juveniles, they'll go and check shit out.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, meh.
Yep.
I don't really care.
No.
But
it didn't seem to.
Anyway, how many coyotes are we at now?
I have 4. You have.
So if you follow the Facebook page, I'm off a 1.
What? Yeah. Where Facebook page is +1.
Right.
So we're
not technically though. Not after the other night. Now
okay.
Now it's back on track.
Okay. So we're at what? 17.
17. Yep.
What do you got?
5.
5. Rusty's at
6.
6. I got 4.
4. Pierre's at 0.
So that's 15, and then Chip's 2 is 17.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little excited with the posting, but you know why? Because we're killing it, bro.
Yeah,
We are
damn good.
Killing it. Rusty wants to get to 30 before the month's over. That's his goal.
Well, we have a week.
I know.
You want to shoot 13 coyotes this week?
Yep. That's what he told me.
Well, we better get to work.
Well, that's us weak guys that go and hunt all week.
Well, yeah,
shoot 1 or 2, and then we leave.
Yeah, you guys can. I get 2 days a week.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for you. I know that. I took last night off. Well, in honor. Well, knowing that we were going to be out tonight. Plus, I had work to do this morning early. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hate yawning on these things. I'm sorry.
So I think we had my 3 covered in the last episode. We were up to my 3. My 4th one was last Thursday. Full moon. Did 1 stand.
Yep.
And
we only did 1?
Well, no, the first one we did. And we had coyotes howling on the other side of a major road in the apple orchard. And we're like, there ain't no way they're coming over here. So we went to another spot, and the moon was so damn bright. And we pulled in a little bit, and we're looking around.
Oh, now it's coming back to me.
So
it's a farm we hunt. It's pretty big.
It is. Yeah, it is. So we pull in a little bit, and we look around. We're like, all right, well, we can go here. We can stand over there. We can stand up here. We're like, nah, we'll just go.
I didn't think I drove in that far, but I did.
Yeah, you drove in pretty far. So we backed up, parked the truck, got our stuff, get up into the one field underneath the tree.
Super, because it was bright, so we had to shade ourselves out.
Stupid bright.
We're under a maple that still had leaves on at that time.
Yeah, and get the call out. We call a little bit, and we get packs all around us.
Oh, we were surrounded.
We were like 360 surrounded, coyotes everywhere.
We were surrounded. And then that one on the left, real close to us, lit off.
And
I mean, like super close, like under 100 yards.
yeah,
That thing was close. It was deafening.
Yeah. Called for a bit.
Nothing came. Wind was blowing towards him, though.
Yeah, we had a right to left.
We had figured they would come up out of there, not be in our pockets when we got there.
Yeah. So we're like, all right, they're the ones in front of us.
They were barking and stuff, and we're like, but it wasn't like a warning bark.
No, it was just,
I think they were just chatting. It was a lot of coyotes
Yep.
and shit like that, little barks with long howls. So it was like interrogation howls, like, hey, here, I'm over here. Hey, I'm over here.
Yeah. So that was probably, like 10, 15 minutes we were standing there. And you're like, all right, we got to get closer.
This is what we're going to do.
Yep. So grab all of our shit, walk out, grab the call, down the fence line like 300 yards.
Yeah, we stayed on a fence line because we had a little bit of cover there.
There was
shadow.
Trees every so often. So you get under the tree, pause, scan, zip to the next one, pause, scan. And we get up to like the last tree in the row. And I don't know why I put the call next to a damn transformer on the ground there. But I'm hitting my buttons.
It was messing with it.
And there was no sound coming out. I'm like, great. What do I do? And then, did we do our howl?
Mm-hmm.
We did our howl thing.
We did our pair howl with our hand calls.
Yep. And you go on the left.
Dude, it was like gone. It was nothing and then there.
So, right to my rifle, scan to the left. I see it. I hear, I can't. Okay.
So, the dog come from the left, come up out of the valley. There was a freaking excavator bucket there. A big one.
Yeah.
It's like a 200 series excavator. It's pretty big. And I see the dog before it gets to the bucket. So I say to him, on the left, I drop my scanner, go to my rifle. I was going to shoot the thing.
Yeah. It was on your side.
It was on my side. I get behind my rifle, and it's gone, guys. Like, left the chat. I don't see it no more. That bucket was so big, the fucking thing was behind the bucket.
Yep.
And I was like, I can't see it. And then all of a sudden, this guy made me piss my pants. He just fired. And that's the universal rule with us. If it's on your side and you say I can't, and the guy on the right side can see it as long as it's safe, and it usually is, we've got plenty of room. Just take the dog. We don't want to lose it.
Right.
So he fires. Then I see the dog because it starts flipping around like a fish, and it flipped its way backwards back out of the bucket, away from the excavator bucket. I'm like, oh, there it is. And I was like, well, it's down. It flipped around and folded up.
Yeah, shoot. It was like,
who's that? A blonde one too, right?
yeah. That's another thing. Most
blondes,
of
dude.
The blondes
We are on the
year?
blondes. Love One Predator.
Oh man,
We
One Predator blondies.
Yeah, we are the blonde coyote. I can't get a black one to save my life.
The third one I got, the tip of the tail was black.
Yeah, but we want an all black one.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
But we shoot blondes, man. That's what we do.
I mean,
They're all Barbies.
Yeah,
That's what we're calling from now on.
Barbies.
Barbies.
Got another Barbie.
Yeah, they're all Barbies.
Yeah, super blonde, not much gray or black or anything in them.
That was a young one.
Yep, that was another young one.
Yeah.
Well, the first one I got was really red.
Really red, yeah.
Very red. But everything else has been super blonde.
Straight Barbie.
Yep.
That's what, from now on, we're trendsetters. Now when everybody shoots a blonde one, they're going to be like, it's a Barbie. This thing was a Barbie.
Yeah. We'll see if that takes off.
Patented One Predator.
Yeah. Copyright.
Oh, we got to get into that, too. Oh, man.
What's that?
It's the people that are stealing our picture.
Oh.
Do we talk about that on here?
I don't know.
I want to, because maybe if they listen, but we'll get to that. But anyway, so
that was my fourth. That's the last one I shot.
We go down and get the dog.
Yes.
So there's a drainage ditch. It's like a man-made. They're going to put houses in there, which is totally tragic. But so there's a lot of man-made swales and berms and stuff where they've stored dirt and trying to make roads. So we leave our rifles, go down through this man-made ditch up the other side. There's a pile of concrete.
Yeah, concrete and rocks and stuff.
Next to the excavator bucket, on the other side of that is a pile of brush.
Yeah.
So they had done something there. So we come out around, find it. So we're like, I'm like, all right, man, let's take pictures.
Yeah,
you know,
we're
so
checking the thing out.
we're doing our Josh pose, holding the dog up, you know, doing our pic. We're checking it out. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, you know, whatever. And he's putting the drag where you started to put the drag on the coyote.
Yep.
I grabbed my scanner, looked down the field, and Bob's your uncle.
There's another one.
There's another one. I'm like, holy shit, coyote. Josh didn't even get the drag on.
Nope. Grabbed front paws and started
He
running.
grabs the front legs, and then he's gone. And I'm like, okay, we're doing this. So we run back behind those piles, get back to our rifles, drop the dog. I grab I don't even say nothing to him. I grab my rifle in the tripod, start running back out like a friggin' Indian, cross the ditch, back up, I get up to the pile, and I scan, and I don't see nothing. I'm like, shit, it ran away. So I move out a little bit, and I scan, I don't see nothing. I was like, okay. So it's bright, so I got to move way out. So I move way out, look down, and the thing's looking at me. Like 200 yards out. I will say this. It was like you can tell contrast with the scopes or night visions.
Oh, yeah.
This thing was super freaking dark.
Yeah.
Now, will I say it was black? No. I don't really know, but it was dark. So I get him. I range him. And I was like, and he wasn't spooked, but he was milling around and looking my way, and the wind was kind of blowing, you know, and I'm like, So I go to the mouse squeaker. So my mouse squeaker's in my pocket.
Yep.
So I just start behind my rifle, and I start squeaking on my mouse squeaker. He hears the mouse squeaker and left the chat.
Yeah. That thing has not done us any justice
I don't
this year.
know. Usually,
None.
you can do something with a mouse squeaker when they're that close. They'll get curious and they'll come look. He left. He picks his head up, looks at me, looks at where the sound's coming from, starts going. Well, it would be my left, his right, towards a valley, like trees and a ditch. So I'm like, and for some reason the focus was off on my scope. So I'm trying to adjust my scope, and it wasn't that. My light was was off canter, and that's why it was screwing it up. But anyway, it's all an excuse. I didn't fire. Dog left.
Yep.
And but he didn't bark and run.
No,
He just kind of. But he was dark.
Yeah.
He was dark. So that was your fourth.
That was my fourth. Yeah. Yeah, we tried the squeaker with my third one. When we walked in the field on it, it was mousing.
Yeah, it took off.
Like, no. The third one?
Yeah.
Up on the road.
Oh yeah.
So,
I howled at that one.
I think we talked about it in the last podcast.
Right.
Because that was on a Friday. I shot that on a Thursday. Like, squeaker? Nothing.
Turns around, disappears, goes behind.
It went behind a little bit of
Yeah.
brush that was in front of us, in between.
And I'm like,
us and the
whoop, that ain't
coyote.
working.
So,
He's mousing.
yeah, mousing. And it didn't come to a mouse squeak. So, you howled at it, and that thing was mousing.
Is that video on?
I posted that video today.
Oh, that's awesome. People are gonna love that.
That's a good one.
You can hear my howl in it.
Yep.
So I howl with my mouth howlers, kind of light because it was close.
And picks her head up and was like, "Hey, a friend."
Yeah.
And comes trotting into 97 yards.
And I'm like, dude, we didn't know it was a she. I'm like, it's coming. Get ready. You got time. Get ready. You know, I'm freaking out. He's not. He smokes it. And then I don't know why, it tried to get up, remember?
Yeah, it was flopping around a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't stone it dead.
No.
But I don't know, though. It was a little high, maybe?
It was in the shoulder.
Yeah. So it was in his shoulder.
Yeah.
But I think even with that bullet, it just didn't reach it. It didn't.
I don't know.
We didn't hit our heart. That's what you're getting at.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't drop
didn't
it
drop.
instantly. But,
So he's calling. I think you put the call out at that point? Or did we do mouse calls or something? Anyway.
No, I turned around to make sure we weren't getting backdoored.
Right.
And then I hear a boom.
Yeah.
Like, what
So
the hell?
this thing was trying to get up, and I was just not gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
And that's not even being like, I'm not trying to be like evil or nothing. Obviously, it wasn't a kill. It wasn't instant kill shot. So I don't want to see anything suffer. So it tries to get up, I stone it.
Yep. That's fine.
And-
We've gone over this many times.
Right.
We're not, if we get hit one, it ain't getting away.
Right.
Doesn't matter who takes the second shot.
Just feel bad, you know. I mean, if we do this, and now mind you, I don't know if you all know this. A lot of spots we hunt are farms.
Mm-hmm.
We are there for a reason.
Yeah.
We are not. There's guys that hunt coyotes that just go out and shoot coyotes, which is fine. I am not knocking you at all. We have spots like that are not farms that we just go out and shoot coyotes. But a lot of them are farms with animals, including mine. So we are there to do work.
Yep. I
am there to keep them, like, off my flock.
Your herd?
My herd. My flock. My, what do they call it? Gander or whatever. I don't know what the hell they call. There's like birds, like a bird, not like a bird group, but there's a different word for it. Anyway, I'm rambling about shit I don't know anything about. Anyway, so yeah, we,
Yep, that was that one. What are your last couple?
misses?
Well, no, the last couple you got.
Rusty's going to listen to this and laugh his ass off. And then he's going to text me.
All right, well, let's go back to the last time we recorded with Rusty. Because after we recorded, that was the episode you guys heard last week. This one is going to be...
The week. Not the...
No, well, I'm going to... When we're done, I'm going to put it in the computer, adjust a couple things, and...
Oh, yeah, it's going to be raw and unedited.
Yeah. I think, most of them are. I hardly take anything out anyway.
We go... Is that where we shot? The three of us went up on the hill?
Yes.
So we call... We get on this spot.
It's
a beautiful spot.
It's very nice. It's a steep
hill down to... There's a swamp.
Yeah, down the valley, and then it starts to come up a little bit.
There's some CRP up on the right-hand side. It's an old farm. People down the street have animals.
Yeah.
So we get there. You go left. Rusty goes middle. We got a lot of room. So we have cobs. So I was like, we're going to spread it.
We were way spread out. You were probably 150 yards from me.
Yeah.
It was
but
there's
all
room.
in line.
Yeah, in line. I get the call out.
Yeah.
Come back up.
I'm going to tell you right now, where was the volume at with that?
On the Ecotech, it goes from 0 to 10.
Yeah.
I typically run 6, 7.
It was beautiful. Like if somebody was sitting not near us and heard that, it sounded like fucking coyotes.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
I run like 6, 7.
So I hear it going off, right? And I'm like, oh, there it is. Because the Ecotech is just quieter. The Lucky Duck will crank.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. So the call goes off. I'm on the right. Rusty's in the middle. You're on the left. We're facing east. Ish.
Sure.
Southeast. I'd say southeast. Wind was left to right or right to left. It was a cross. I know that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anyway, two of them show up.
It's like
on my side.
Like a minute and a half.
Yeah,
2 minutes.
show up. And Rusty's, and here's the kicker, guys. Like, I never even saw the damn things because I was looking way right.
Yeah.
Because I knew Rusty was on my left, and he was going to cover from you to me.
Yep.
So we tried to split up where we're looking.
Yeah. So we're not over.
Yeah. There's no point of all of us staring at the same spot.
Much area as we can.
So the dogs come out. It was two, a male and a female. Yeah. Male was darker than the female for sure. Mm-hmm. Dogs come out. He was ranging them. They were like 3 something, 2 something.
No, I think he said 270 when he first saw them.
Obviously, they were closer to me.
Yeah.
So I was holding out for my boy. Mm-hmm. And I get on the comms and I said, all right, Rusty, you get the left one. Mm-hmm. I'll get the right. And I said, tell me when you're ready. And I hear and the female drops. I was not on the right dog. I had said that, and I was watching. I did that. I made the same mistake I always make. I'm watching both of them. I'm going to right dog, left dog, right dog. I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
He all of a sudden that 2250 just lets loose. Dog drops, gets up. Right dog takes off. The right dog was gonna stop, so I wait.
Yeah.
It circles back to the right. I do. Brian, my little mentor, Mr. Brian Rush, on my shoulder. I'm like, I'm gonna get this dog because he was starting to do the trot, and I'm like, oh, I got your ass. You know what I mean?
He's gonna.
So all of a sudden, the dog Rusty shoots at tries to get up. Well, old Rusty did fire it again. You know. So then the right dog was like, nope, bye, leaves.
The echo of that thing.
It sounded beautiful.
Valley.
It was beautiful.
It was crazy.
If somebody recorded that, it was beautiful. It sounded like a sniper a mile away.
Yeah, because there's a real wide valley.
Yes.
It like echoed off, and just it was cool.
So, Rusty shoots. I'm pretty sure we're waiting to get the verdict from the Ferrero, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple holes in that thing. So he shoots, drops it, gets up, runs away. He shoots again. He misses. He shoots again. It stumbles, so I think he winged it, but it's still running. So I'm Mr. Patience, like I'm supposed to be. I'm turning over a new leaf. Runs straight out in front of me and runs straight away from me. And I'm like, right before, I remember that dog Rusty shot behind the farm, right before it ducked in the woods, he fired. That's exactly what was on my mind. So I'm like all worked up, and I'm waiting. The dog turns straight away from me, starts running away, and I put it, I mean, literally, if you look at the video, it looks like it was like 6 inches in front of it. And I fire, and it cartwheels. And you could see it. You could see the head and the tail come around in my video. And I'm like, clean up. So I'm pretty sure there's 3 holes in it. We messed that dog up.
Yeah.
And I told the fur girl, I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, we've been having some weird shit happening, and we're not letting him leave the field.
No. I think my shot's been hitting a lot of bone.
Right.
Because, like, even a 243 shouldn't put, like,
with that light grain
4-inch gash for an entry hole.
Right.
So I think that thing's just going in, hitting bone and
fragmenting. Well, it's polymer tips was going to do.
Oh, yeah.
But so,
the polymer.
In complete fairness, Rusty, he gave that dog to me because I made the kill shot.
Which
there's a lot of controversy about this dog.
See, well, here's the thing. Like, I thought we had an agreement amongst at least the 3 of us, because we will hunt together quite a bit.
That dog was running.
That whoever hits it first, it's their coyote.
Right.
The cleanup shot is to make sure it doesn't get away. But I mean, that's between you guys. It was
right.
It's you guys.
But that's not even that.
You guys shot it, so
it happened again.
Yes.
And then again after that.
Where did we go after that?
We went to that new field. That's where I missed the one, and then Rusty stoned it when it was running. He pulled a beautiful shot with that 22, that big ass cornfield with all the deer in it that we walked.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Dirt. Yes.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
You were on the right. I was in the middle. Rusty's on the left. There was a ton of deer out there, like a ton.
Yeah, there were like in that field across the road.
Just freaking deer everywhere. And then, so I'm watching, and the field goes out. It's got some rollers in it, and then it's got this huge knob that just whoop,
almost straight off.
Got like 10 feet. Yeah, like it's tall.
Yeah.
And I see this little bit of heat in the corner flickering around. Rusty, and I say something to Rusty, and he goes, "I think it's a raccoon." I'm like, "No."
Well, I thought so too, because from my point of view, it didn't look much taller than the corn stalks that were left. Cut off,
and I'm like, no.
I was like, I don't know. I think it's a coon, but it was like 350. It was probably 400 yards.
It was 600 to the far corner. So,
it
was far.
It was probably 400 yards
all day. So this thing's working, milling around. I think we howled at it a couple times.
I hit a couple howls, some yodels, anything, just see if it
would react.
Pique its curiosity, and it didn't. I was like, it's got to be a coon.
It's got to be a coon. They're like, oh, it's a raccoon. I'm like, no, guys, I'm looking at this thing. It's not a raccoon.
So you're watching it,
right?
And
dog starts making his way to us.
It like right at us.
Right at us. I think I howled at it with my hand howler or something. I did something.
Yeah.
And it's coming right at us in between the rows. Chopped corn, so the stalks are gone, but the top of the corn plant is gone, but the stalks are there. So you guys that listen know. They were like, pretty tall. They were, 18 inches off the ground. And I was coming, and I'm like, that's coyote.
Yeah.
And Rusty's like, yep, that's coyote. It's coming right at us. And fucking Rusty's like, you ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Jerk. He freaks me out, and then I screw up. So I screwed up. That's where I'm getting at. So, I didn't really screw up. Dog comes down. I'm watching it with the rangefinder. It's getting in. I'm like, okay, we're at like $120, $125. That's good.
Yeah.
He's coming. I'm going to let him come. He got to 125. He stops. He looks around. And right when I fired, literally, if you go frame for frame with the video, my video, he takes a step to the left to make a left. He does. And it like goes right past. It was like instantly. As soon as I fired, he went, turned broadside. He was kind of straight on with me.
Yo.
And I fired. I missed. So the long and short of it is I missed. Thank God Rusty was there on my left, and the dog takes, 4 steps, starts to run.
Yeah.
Right? And he just smokes it, stones it.
Well, it was like jumping. It was like bounding. So it was like it bounced like
quick
once, and like twice. The second time it bounced, as it's coming down, just bow.
Endoed.
Yeah, and like I was on it because it was heading in my
towards
direction.
you.
So I was like, okay, I'm on it. I'm watching
Fallujah.
it. 2 shots.
Yeah, right. But if it
not
crosses all 3 of our paths,
well,
it's getting 3 shots.
Yeah, it's getting 3 shots. Everyone's going to take at least 1 pop shot at it.
Yeah, he stones it.
Shot.
So
yeah,
we had a lot of controversial dogs.
You guys have.
Yeah. Which is fine. It's the numbers thing is like a little joke between all of us. I don't really care. I just because and I've said this before. A lot of the spots we go to, we all share spots. It's not your spot, your shot, none of that shit. We used to do that stuff.
Yeah.
We do the left-right thing, obviously.
That's just a safety thing,
right? But. So we dropped it. Rusty is a beautiful shot. Did you post that one?
No.
You should have that video.
I think so. I'll have to. I don't know if it's on the. It might be.
He's
on my
been
phone.
doing a lot of running shots. So the 22 250 saga. So the laser beam. Rusty's laser beam. He can shoot fucking anything with this gun. It's a beautiful gun. Stones this dog running. I'm like, well, whatever. I missed. I knew I missed. Like you can hear in my video. I fire and I was like, nope. And then you hear, I say no, and you hear, and it stones. And I'm like, whatever. It's good. I'm glad. Dog drops. We go get it. We drag it out. That was his number 3?
3, 4, 3.
4. And he made an outstanding shot on it. Then me and him go out to a new spot. Tight one. Dogs on camera every night there. So we get there, and he's like, you don't understand that these things are going to be here as soon as we turn the call. And I was like, you call. Like, if you're not like, if I go out alone, I'll call. But like, if Rusty's with me, I'll let him call. Like, I don't need to. I want other people to do it. I get tired of doing it all the time. And so you've been calling all my dogs.
Yeah.
I called a dog for me, finally. But we'll get to that. So we go to a new spot with Rusty. He goes on the left. I'm on the right. I'm watching this little finger. It loops around and opens up, goes straight up a hill. We got field across the hedgerow on the left. It's a beautiful spot. It's a little tight, though, as far as getting into it. But when we get there, a dog across the street in the other field runs up in the bushes. And I was like, that was a coyote. And he goes, oh, yeah. So we get there. We unload. We get out. We set up. He goes left. I go right. He puts the call out. 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
With a distress. Shit you not. I was like,
well, that's first for this season.
right. So Rusty, I encourage everybody to do their own thing. So he doesn't like to howl first. And I kind of agree with him, but I kind of don't. It depends on the situation for me. If I get there and they're howling, I ain't turning a rabbit on.
No.
Sorry. I'm just not. Especially, like what Brian says, is that they howl, you shut up and you listen to see who else howls. So that way, if Brian listens to this, he knows I listen to him. I do listen to what you say. Sometimes it pisses me off, but I do listen to you. My little mentor on my shoulders, I told him, I was talking to him on the phone, I need a little Brian Rush doll, like a bobblehead doll, like, you shouldn't do that, Anyway, so we get there, nothing's howling. He turns a rabbit on. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm here, and dog,
yeah,
close, 85, 75 yards close. Oof. Come right up the farm road out of that thicket from the other field. It was so close and so fast, Rusty couldn't even tell me. I was scanning, and I scanned to him. I was going to shoot some video.
Yeah.
I scanned to him, and I'm like, there's a dog standing there. And I go to reach for my comm, but I see him down. I'm like, what the hell am I going to tell him for? He's going to shoot it. So he fires, hits it, folds it up. Same thing happens again. Folds it up, it's rolling around, kicking around. And this thing got up like nothing happened to it. Runs out in a U. He thought it was a second dog that I shot, but it wasn't. It was his dog. Runs out in a U, and it's not running full speed.
Yeah.
It's stumbling. It's slow.
Yep.
So it's hurt.
Yeah.
I have video of it. Runs out in a U. It stops right before the brush line, and I fire. And I heard it, but it smoked out. And I was like, well, I don't, I heard something. I could have hit the dirt.
Right.
Makes the same sound. I don't really know. That's another one to be determined from the fur girl. We're still waiting on the results. This is the saga. This is the Rusty and Carl saga.
Is, pending.
Yeah, we gotta check for ballistics on the bullets. Anyway, so I fire. Dog disappears in the bushes. And I walk down to Rusty, and I was like, well, no. So dog disappears in the bushes. So we're standing there, and all of a sudden, here's another one. Another one comes out right behind it.
Jeez.
After he fires.
After two shots,
another one comes out. Bolts out of there, running across the field. I'm like, I was like, and I keyed a mic, and I'm like, I got it. And I don't hear no response from him. I woofed. It stopped. I fired, and I shot right over top of it. I saw the dirt fly. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm in a funk. I can't hit a fucking yellow school bus if it was parked in front of me. Like, I don't know what the deal is. I miss. Dog runs away. Or no shit. That was another one. Rusty shoots again and misses. Wasn't me. It was him. Sorry. So he shoots at it. Dog runs out. I was going to shoot it.
Yeah.
So I'm squeezing. Boom. Gun goes off. I'm like, oh, not me. I see the dirt fly over the dog. That's a totally different dog I was just talking about. This one, Rusty shoots again, misses it.
Yeah.
It's on the left. And dog runs away. I never even tried for a follow-up on that one. I let him go. This is how crazy it is. We shot so many dogs in this month that I'm like getting stories confused. But
and like how many, like that one you let go.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, no, it's not worth taking the shot at it.
I let it go.
And like, have there?
That's happened a bunch of times for us
already this year.
Yeah.
And we're at 17.
Yes.
And would we get 35, 36 last year?
35 total.
All of last year.
All of last year. All of us.
Yes. The whole team.
So
we're doing good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Missed that dog. I couldn't believe. So we go up there, and I said, "Well, I grabbed a dragon. I'm like, I'm gonna go look."
Oh, absolutely.
And he's like, "That thing's gone. That thing's gone. I missed it." He's like, "That thing's gone." I'm like, "No, dude, it's there. I know it's there." I was like, He at that point thought I had shot at a different. He thought there was 3. I was like, no, dude, you fired. That thing ran right, and then I fired when it looped around before it went in the woods. We go up in there, or he was. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He didn't even go up the tree line with me. I went up alone, which is fine.
Yeah.
And I'm looking with my thermal, and I don't see none. I don't see none. I don't see none. And then I see it's thick, like you can't penetrate it kind of brush. And I see this little. You can see where they go through. It's not a deer. It's too short.
Yeah, it's just
either a fucking raccoon or a woodchuck or a coyote at that point.
Just a little hole in the
super
brush.
little hole. And I look down and it's like the maples are red, so it's like red. And I'm like, no, that's just the leaves, right? So then I take my glove off, reach out and touch the leaf, and I look and I'm like, nope,
That's blood.
that's blood, and it's all over the place here.
Oh, jeez.
So I radio to him. I'm like, this thing's dead up here. And he goes, no way. I'm like, dude, there's blood everywhere. I was like, come up here. It felt like it took him a fucking, I don't know, he's going to listen to this, but it felt like it took you an hour to get to me. My flashlight, I have my pistol. I didn't have my flashlight. My flashlight was in the call bag. We were using Rusty's call. My flashlight and my handgun starts going dead. It's blinking. And I'm like, shit, you know. He gets up there and he goes, yeah, that's blood. I said, it's in there, I'm telling you. And he looks at me and he goes, I ain't going in there. I was like, you're not going there? He goes, no, fuck that thing. I ain't going in there. Nope. I said, well, give me your flashlight. Take my stuff. I'm going. So I get down, no bullshit, hands and knees, crawl in there, handgun, flashlight. And I'd stop and just kind of pick the flashlight up, scan my thermal. I got my handgun. I get in there, and it was like the freaking Bambi movie. We always make a reference to that. I get in there, it opens right up, and it's like a canopy of brush. But I was like, holy shit, I can stand up now. So I stand up in there, and I'm looking around, and I don't see nothing. So I walk to the right a little. I lose the blood trail. I don't see none. I walk to the right a little bit. I scan, and all of a sudden, I see heat. And I was like, I radio him, and I'm like, dog down. He goes, no fucking way. And I'm like, dude, it's here. I see it. So I grab his flashlight. I put my thermal down, take my pistol, walk up to it, and it's dead, 100% down. And so I drug it out of there on my hands and knees.
Yeah, that was the night you text me. I had to do a Forrest Gump again.
I had to do like straight Forrest right out of the movie, like flashlight and a foxhole, man.
Do you know how long I searched for a GIF of him hopping in the foxhole with a flashlight? And I couldn't find one. No, I couldn't find one. I was like,
they need to get on that.
I'm going to find one. I'm going to send it. And I'm like, scroll.
I don't even think we went out. We didn't go out anymore after that. No, so we left. We got to wrap this up because we got to go hunting. But we left there. We heading back to Rusty's house, and we see eyes up on the hillside.
Of course.
And I stopped in the middle of the road, pulled over, and I hang out the driver's side, and I scan. And I'm like, I think they're deer. Yeah, they're deer. I was so flustered and aggravated. I was like, I got to drop this dog off at the Fur Girls. We're going to zip tag and we're tagging a bag and get the fuck out of here, and I had to go home.
Yeah.
Because I had things to do next day. Well, come to find out, they were not deer.
No.
There was 3 of them on his bait pile, but they just looked big because they were like up the hill.
Up on the hill.
I get back here, get my boots off, and I get a text. And he goes, look at this shit. It's his camera. Right when I was there, he's got that camera on video. So when I pulled in, it spooked him.
Oh.
So they were like, you can see him looking back towards the house and shit. They were dogs. But we didn't shoot any. We let them go. You know, I was tired and had to go. But anyway.
Yep.
So that's, and then I shot my 5th one. What night was that?
I don't know.
I can't remember. We'll have to save that for another. I got to think.
Yeah.
It's been so crazy. And it's just, like me and you talked about this. They're like, what number are you on? I'm like, I don't know. I'm taking fucking notes now because I can't. And it's not even, we don't even shoot a lot of dogs. It's not a lot of dogs.
No.
There's people that shoot way more dogs than we do.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, it's the shit behind it.
Yeah,
that
it's
leads us to it.
Yeah, and the whole experience is like we're just having such a good season. We're having a good time. The experiences are great.
Some equipment failures.
Some
I'm pretty sure the 22-250, the rusty laser beam, is retired until we've tried different ammo. We've tried factory ammo hand loads. It shoots fine, then it shoots crazy. I don't know if everything's tight. We don't know. He wants to have somebody look at it. He's retired it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he said he's got a lot of rounds through it, so
Like a gazillion.
it might be time for a new barrel.
It might need a new barrel. I think it's fine first shot, and then it throws them because it just gets too hot and it's too wore out.
Yep.
I'm not a gunsmith.
No, neither am I. But we're gonna wrap this one up, guys.
Yeah, because we want to go hunting.
Yes. Thanks for joining us again. We're gonna go make some more memories and
stay tuned. So this is gonna get posted.
It'll be.
We were out of time. It's 11:30 now. We gotta.
This will be live in like a half hour.
Half hour from now.
So, thanks for joining us. You know where to find us.
Yep. Check the YouTube videos. They're awesome.
Check
the bear will be up at some point.
Yeah, I'll work on that tomorrow. Getting that up. All the new people that have friend requested me on Facebook, super cool. I can't remember all your names. There was like 15 of them today.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get any.
No.
They like you more than me.
Sorry.
Well, you know why? Because you share it in the Predator groups. I don't.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the next one.